Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about something that's been bothering a lot of Marvel fans. And it's not just another rant about superhero fatigue or CGI overload. It's something deeper, something that speaks to how storytelling has changed, and not for the better. Let's talk about Marvel's upcoming series, Ironheart. From the moment it was announced, the reactions were mixed. Not because of the character herself, but because of what she represents, and more importantly, what she doesn't. Let's go back to 2008 for a second. Iron Man wasn't supposed to be the launch pad of a global cinematic empire. Robert Downey Jr. was a risky choice. The character of Tony Stark? Flawed, egotistical, damaged. But that's what made him so compelling. We didn't love Iron Man because he was strong or rich. We loved him because he was broken, and he changed. Over the course of 10 years, we watched this man evolve. He went from being the guy who sold weapons to terrorists to the guy who sacrificed himself to save the universe. And when he snapped his fingers in Endgame, we didn't just lose a character. We lost a journey that felt deeply personal. Now Marvel wants us to accept Riri Williams as his spiritual successor, a young genius at MIT who built a functional Iron Man suit in her dorm room. Sounds cool on paper, but here's where the disconnect starts. When we first meet Riri, she's already brilliant. She's already witty. She's already capable. In Wakanda Forever, she's introduced without much context, just kind of dropped into the middle of the story. And before you know it, she's flying around in a high-tech suit with almost no emotional setup. She's fun. She's smart. But who is she? What does she fear? What's broken inside her? What is she trying to fix besides external problems? That's the missing piece. With Tony, we saw his weaknesses, his PTSD, his guilt, his failures, his panic attacks. He messed up a lot, but he grew, and through that growth, we connected with him. With Riri, it feels like Marvel is giving us the reward without the struggle, the legacy without the journey. It's not about race. It's not about gender. It's about storytelling. Because when you strip away the arc and just hand a character the spotlight, the audience doesn't feel connected. They feel like they're being told what to like. And people, especially fans who've stuck with Marvel since Phase 1, can feel the difference. Over the last few years, it's become clear that Marvel is chasing something. Whether it's metrics, market share, or the approval of certain press outlets, it doesn't feel like the focus is on the characters anymore. It's about messaging, inclusion checklists, buzzwords. Don't get me wrong. Representation is important, vital even. Seeing heroes of every color, background, and gender matters. But it has to be rooted in substance. Identity should be part of the character, not the whole character. Look at T'Challa in Black Panther. That movie was powerful because it told a story about tradition, leadership, grief, and responsibility. His identity was woven into every part of that arc. It didn't rely on it. It used it to build something real. Or take Kamala Khan in Ms. Marvel. When that show focused on her family, her culture, her coming-of-age awkwardness, it was great. Because it felt honest, grounded. But too often now, Marvel introduces characters as if they're already complete, already amazing, already iconic, and then expects the audience to react like we've been on a journey with them. You can't build legacy like that. Imagine if Tony Stark had built the Mark III armor in the first 10 minutes and then never doubted himself again. Imagine if Steve Rogers didn't start as a skinny kid with a heart of gold. Imagine if Peter Parker was already the perfect Spider-Man with no loss, no learning curve, no screw-ups. You wouldn't care about them. Legacy isn't passed down like a crown. It's earned through failure, humility, self-discovery. Right now, Riri Williams hasn't been given the chance to fail. Marvel expects us to see her as the next big thing because she checks certain boxes. But if that's all there is, no flaws, no emotional weight, no personal stakes, then audiences will check out. Not because she's different, but because she doesn't feel real. Let's not forget, fans aren't stupid. We've watched these stories unfold for over a decade. We know the beats. We know the arcs. And when we're presented with something that skips those steps, it feels hollow. Since Endgame, the MCU has felt like it's trying to find itself again. Characters are popping in and out of shows with no real setup. The multiverse is being tossed around like a toy box full of cameos. And emotional stakes have been replaced with TikTok humor and exposition dumps. There's no patience anymore. Marvel wants us to care immediately. But that's not how investment works. If Ironheart is going to matter, if she's going to mean something to fans the way Iron Man did, then she needs to go through something. We need to see her fall. We need to see her doubt herself, lose something, fail, and then get back up. That's when we start to care. Imagine if her show explored her background deeply. Maybe her father passed away. Maybe she has a strained relationship with her mother. Maybe her intelligence makes her feel isolated, and building the suit is her way of feeling in control. And then she makes a mistake. Someone gets hurt. The government gets involved. Wakanda backs away, and she's left alone with her guilt. That's where character is forged. Then imagine she finds a message, maybe from Tony's AI or a lost note he left behind. Not a blueprint, a message, something that makes her rethink what it means to be a hero. That's how you pass the torch. Not with fanfare, not with branding, but with humility, with a story. Right now, Marvel is treating legacy like merchandise. But for fans, it's sacred. And look, I'm not saying Ironheart is doomed. I hope it's great. I hope Marvel proves me wrong. Because Riri has potential. So much of it. She could be a brilliant, complicated, inspiring character. She could be someone kids look up to the same way we looked up to Tony, Steve, and Peter. But that's not going to happen by default. It's going to take good writing, character development, patience, sincerity, and above all, it's going to take respect. Not just for Riri, but for the fans, for the legacy, for the idea that we don't fall in love with superheroes because they're powerful, but because they're human. Thanks for watching. I know this was a long one, but if you made it this far, you're the real MVP. If this resonated with you, drop a comment below. Let's talk about it. What do you want to see from Ironheart? What do you think Marvel needs to do to win fans back? Like the video if you enjoyed it. Share it with someone who's also wondering where Marvel's magic went. And subscribe if you want more real talk about film, gaming, and storytelling. Until next time, keep thinking, keep questioning, and keep fighting for better stories. Peace.